What is going on, everybody? This is Rawstarr of the Burbank Misfits, and you're listening to the Misfit Effect. And as always, I am joined with my wonderful co-host, CW.
Hi.
And today we have, an honor, a privilege, so much blessings to have, in my opinion, a future Hall of Famer on today. She's been in the industry since 2008. She's won the Night Moves Award for, Best Female Performer in 2013, 2018. She won Best Scene in 2019, Spank Awards for Horny Housewife in 2020, Best Zombie Apocalypse Survivor Partner in 2020. I mean, she's nominated for Best Sex Group Scene right now. In 2021 AVN MILF of the Year. I mean, she's been nominated for so many awards. She's been on Cat House. She has a YouTube where she shares personal stories about her adult industry and secret tips on her YouTube channel. And if you are on Cameo and you want her to give a little special greeting, she's on Cameo. Is it Cameo? She's on Cameo also. And she was nominated for mainstream movies. She was in Grid House Style and was nominated for AV. And then she just finished, the movie just came out of The Arrangement, came out, I believe, in July. So she has done a lot. She is very, she's everywhere. And she joined the industry in 2008. So about the same time that I started doing, my side antics in the industry. So without further ado, future Hall of Famer, future legend in this industry, Miss Brittany Amber.
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for having me.
No doubt. No, thank you for coming on. I was excited when someone asked me if you can come on. I'm like, yes, please. It'd be my privilege. My privilege to have you on.
Oh, I'm flattered. Thank you.
So for the unfortunate souls out there who don't know who you are, and not including what I said, tell everybody who's Brittany Amber.
Yeah, you covered a lot in that couple of minutes there. Wow, you did a better job than I would have done anyway. But yes, I've been in the industry a very long time. And yes, this award season, I've been so blessed. I have gotten so many awards from everybody and quite a few fan voting. I don't know when this goes out, but one of the awards that I'm very excited, or one of the nominations, that I'm very excited about is this year I'm nominated for Pornhub Awards for Best Model Hub. And this year I've been working so hard on my Model Hub, and I really feel I deserve this award so much, but it is a fan voting award. So the only way for me to win it is for the fans to vote. And I think the last day is December 10th. So I don't know if this goes out in time, but I want to win this award, damn it. I deserve it so much.
This will actually, usually I record these on Sundays and put them out on Monday. However, we actually did a few, so we didn't have to do none over Christmas. So this one will actually come out the 14th.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's no problem. But yeah,
I will do everything in my power to tweet it out. Like, hey, go out there, vote for Britney. She deserves it. Give her. I didn't see that award when I was going through everything like last night. So I was going through everything that I could find that was interesting. It wasn't too old, So I'm like, okay, well, let me because I've seen a lot of awards you have from 2018 and back, and I'm like, that's I like because it was like 3 whole pages of just nominated one. I'm like, okay, she's popular.
I know. I've been blessed throughout these years. I've been very fortunate with the nominations, but I would say well deserved. I work very, very hard for everything that I get.
I mean, I see, because I know it's well deserved, but you would have been nominated, and you wouldn't have the fans that you have, because I know I read a lot of the stuff that I didn't know you did over the time, over your years, as far as like your radio shows that you had, and and stuff like that. And I didn't know you was with Cameo, and a lot of fans don't know about that. And for some people, like just to have that little hi, I'm Brittany Amber, and I'm hanging out with blah blah, and that fan can have that forever, and that does something to people,
Yes, no, I know. I've actually gotten cameos that were gifted to me. So when I got those cameos, when I received them, I really loved them so much, and that was what I really appreciated, and really appreciated that site/app in general, because like when you're doing your own, you're like, okay, this is cool. I know people will appreciate it. When you get one from somebody that you're a fan of, because I know I'm fans of a bunch of random people, like YouTubers and people that you probably wouldn't even know of, but there are quite a few random people on Cameo. When you get them, it is so special, and you can have it forever. And it's not even that. I mean, some people do have extremely outrageous prices, but for the most part, it's not a super bad price. The general price, I would say, I mean, mine's $40. Most people are around that, or 50 to 100. Some people are out of this world, but not usually. But I mean, for the price and everything, I think it's such a great invention.
Yeah, I seen like somebody on there before, like a long time ago. I think this is back when it first started. It was like $300, and I'm like, I get it, but if it's just 10 seconds, $300.
Yeah. No, mine are normally anywhere from around like 45 seconds to like a minute and a half. I don't try to,
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay. That's 1 minute, and you can say a lot in a minute.
Yeah.
I mean, I just ran through a lot of your stuff right now in 1 minute. That's a lot. That's a lot of time, and like $45, $100, $150. I'm okay with that, but I know when it gets up there, it's like,
yeah,
it's
I
wars,
agree.
but is it wars?
I agree. And you know what? It's funny because sometimes when I get bored, I'll go on the app and you can just look through random people through their profiles, and you can see all the cameos that they've done or whatever ones they choose to post on their page. And yeah, a lot of the times, even those really expensive ones, they will be like 10 seconds, 15 seconds. They'll be so bad. It'll be bad lighting. It'll be like they didn't put any time or effort into this. But for the record, I make sure they have like the perfect lighting. I always have makeup on. I'm always wearing lingerie, and a lot of these people don't put any time, any effort, charge hundreds of dollars, and then do a 10-second video, and it's like, man, very disappointing. But my Cameo game's on point for anybody that's listening.
Yeah, the only person I know so far, like of my friends who purchased a Cameo, was they are really a really big Boyz II Men fan, and I know they paid for YN Morris. I'm saying this name completely wrong, and I know he posts that video like every other week.
Yeah.
And so that made his decade, basically.
Yes.
So if you're out there listening right now, to our many listeners, go out there, get a Cameo with Britney, and then you can just hold it forever, because she's worth it.
Yes, I am. Thank you so
much. So let's go all the way to the back of Miss Amber. What got you into this? What made you want to be a part of this crazy industry so long ago? Back when things were fun.
When I first started in the adult industry in general, it wasn't doing movies. I was working at the Moonlight Bunny Ranch, which is a legal brothel in northern Nevada.
Yeah.
And it is the same brothel that the Cat House show on HBO is based on. So I was a big fan of the show, and I was at the time working a graveyard shift job from 11 to 7. I was auditing paperwork at a hotel, and we had HBO there at the hotel. So I know I was only there during when the late night shows would come on. that's when I started watching Cat House all the time. And I started watching it at home. And then I'm just like, man, all these girls are having all this fun, making all this money, and I'm stuck here at the, auditing paperwork from 11 p.m. at night to 7 a.m. in the morning. It's literally, my body never got used to it after years of doing it. It was the worst. But anyways, I was like, okay, I'm going to just, throw caution to the wind. I mean, I honestly, okay, so the way I went about, I don't know, kind of like trying to get into working out there at the ranch was, so at the time, that's when everybody was on MySpace, and I just randomly sent Dennis Hoff, who is the owner. He's now passed away.
Yeah, I know. Which he won. Didn't he win like he won a house or something like that? He won.
He was running for the governor of Nevada, and he won 3 weeks after he died.
Yeah, and I'm like, wow,
very fishy. And he mysteriously died during his birthday party in October, right before the election, which is very, very suspicious in my opinion. But
yeah, I only had a chance to meet him probably 3-4 times. Because I know I first met him in 2008 at the Playboy Mansion. So
yeah, he used to do all kinds of events and stuff. And luckily back then, the first couple of years, I was working at the ranch. I was lucky enough to do a lot of the events and stuff like that with Dennis. But what was I gonna say though? So anyways, I had messaged Dennis on MySpace, and that was really just a shot in the dark. I was like, there's no way he's ever going to see this message. This is not like a professional way of going about this. So I was like, at the time I was married, so I didn't really, I mean, honestly, I was like, I did really want to do this, but at the same time, I'm just like, okay, I don't think anything's gonna happen doing it this way anyway, so it's fine. So
YOLO. It's like a YOLO moment, YOLO.
Yeah, definitely. And so the thing was like, if anything ever, if he ever does even see this message, I'll just try to explain it to my husband or whatever. We'll just talk about it then. But then, to my surprise, 2 days later, he sends me this huge message with all this information. It was like, I'll fly you out. There's no obligation. If you don't like it, you never have to come back. Anything like that. I'm just like, and he talked to me many times over the week before coming out, and I was just like, oh, so it took me, days of convincing my husband at the time to let me go out there. And I had a great first trip, first couple days before, actually booking a party is what we call, call our our sessions there. Yeah, that was stressful. But once I, broke the seal, it was like, oh, this is great, and I'm making all this money, and it's just, it was a lot of fun. And I was doing that for about 3.5 years before. Well, see, I was doing that for about 1.5 years before I started doing movies. But then altogether, both at the same time, about 3 years of working up at the ranch and doing movies.
Okay, because I know, I've never been to a brothel yet in my life. Because I'm never up that way in Vegas, but I do know a lot of performers or girls who have been at those houses up there. Because I was, before she retired, I was really good friends with. Oh my God, her porn name just went out. Mika Tan.
Mika Tan, yeah.
So I love Mika. So,
yeah, we worked together there at the same time for years. Yeah, she was very big in the fetish world.
So I know she told me what she could about it back long time ago. I mean, 2009, and it was always an interest for me to go to one, just to say, I went.
Yeah.
But in one of my good friends now, she's at one at this second, even though they're COVID stuff like that is, it's a different world.
Oh, well, yeah, I never really thought about how the brothels are going, how they're operating with the COVID world right now. That's interesting.
So I don't know how hers is doing it, but she said it's very weird.
Yeah,
because everybody has to stay safe and stuff like that. And
I bet. Oh my gosh. I've even seen online. So, as far as my thought process has gone into this is, strip clubs, because I was feature dancing quite a bit the past couple years. And when the whole pandemic thing hit, I had 4 different gigs lined up that were all had to be canceled. And so that I seen when there were certain strip clubs that were opening back up in certain states and the dancers have to wear masks. And I'm like, that's a little silly. I don't know if I don't want to go back and wear a mask, or if they'd even require a feature dancer to do it, or if they're even doing feature dancing again, because I haven't heard anything about getting those dates back or anything. It's kind of sad. I'm like, oh, I want to be out there shaking my titties in people's faces.
As far as I know, I haven't heard anybody feature dancing, but I do know, like as far as California goes, the clubs in Orange County have
Mm-hmm.
opened back up.
Oh wow!
And I don't know, because I know that we have this new rule now that just
Yes,
about to
we
go into
do.
effect about curfew and stuff like that.
Yep.
But I know, like, yeah, I don't know if, like, because first of all, I'm not the biggest fan of strip clubs, and that's mainly
Mm-hmm.
because, like, of reasons.
Yeah.
It's like for me, it's like, I like, if I went to a brothel and I was there for sex, I don't mind paying for it. But it's like, and like, this is something that I got from CW kind of, but it's kind of
Mm-hmm.
like when you go to a strip club, you are like, it's like going to an all you can eat restaurant
Mm.
and paying to eat the food, looking at it, saying, "Dang, that food looks good," and then going home.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
It is like, I get it, and I support everybody who does it, but that's just my mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I do events right now at strip clubs right now. I did the oil wrestling competition
Mm-hmm.
with
Mm-hmm.
random performers, and I did other stuff with random performers at strip clubs, like the boxing event.
Yeah.
And it's like, when I'm there, like, I don't mind walking up and just throwing money at people, but
Yeah.
I'm not there to get entertained. I'm just throwing money because I know they're out there working their behinds off. And then you got some people who are just sitting around, just like, okay, I'm going to sit back way in the back just so I could watch, and not
Mm-hmm.
give a dime, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at the I don't know what they call it. I'm not sitting at the stage. Chris, there's a plane
Yeah.
above you. Tell the planes to stop. So yeah, and so I don't know. That's just how I see it at the moment. But but I always support people who do it. It's just,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. If that makes sense, what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no, for sure. I completely agree though. That's why brothels are better in that sense. And they're actually there's a brothel that's in southern Nevada though that has a strip club inside of it, a restaurant, and the brothel part too. So it's like you can get everything, the whole shebang there. I think that's the Sherry's Club. It's one of the nicer
Okay.
ones out in Nevada, but oh my God, back to what you're saying though about the new rules though. No, it's like a completely new lockdown. So I'm sure that club you're talking about is going to be closed once again by tomorrow. The
Well,
lockdown goes in effect at midnight tonight.
the only thing I'm thinking about is mainly because of, like, like, even if it wasn't a lockdown, like, I know the majority of people would go to these strip clubs at nighttime, and, like,
Mm-hmm.
if we just had the 10 o'clock thing, which we had until recently, whatever,
Yeah.
it's like, like, I don't know many people that would go to
Mm-hmm.
a strip club. Like, I mean, I know people who did it. People did it, but
Yeah.
go to a strip club at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, I mean, I don't even think strippers people who were strippers would really even like to go to a strip club at 3 in the afternoon, like during work.
Yes. Not
Like,
generally, but like how I was saying earlier that I've traveled all over the country for feature dancing at all these different clubs. But there are quite a few clubs that do lunch buffets and they get a big lunch crowd in. So I mean, for those clubs that do that serve food and do the whole lunch thing to get that afternoon crowd, that would work for that. But there's not I mean, that's not every club. And I don't know if there's
yeah.
many that do that out here in California from what I've seen. There's like most of them in Texas do that, in like North Carolina, places like that I've seen, but I don't know what their deal is out here. I don't know if I haven't been to too many California ones that serve food. Oh, there is one that just popped in my head that serves food, and I was supposed to dance there this year, but oh well. At the Expose in San Diego, they serve really good food.
I know. Dames and Games.
Games and
They
Games.
serve.
Oh
They
my
serve food.
god, they do. Okay,
Oddballs.
so let me tell you. Oh, what was that?
Oddballs. I think that's what it's called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How does that work? I've never been to a strip.
Oh, with the food?
Yeah,
Well,
yes.
at Dames and Games, it's funny you mentioned that because I actually did a commercial for Dames and Games when the one that was, I think it's like, I think City of Industry area, somewhere around there when that one opened. And after we were done doing the shoot, they let us all order from the menu. And I got this burger that was the best burger I've ever had in my life. It was amazing. And I was like, I would probably drive, because it's about an hour and a half drive from where I live right now. I was like, I'd probably drive an hour and a half just to go get that burger. It was so good. It was like this huge burger that had this big onion ring and then a fried egg in the middle of the onion ring. And it was so big and juicy. Oh my God. I still remember to this day. That was like 5-6 years ago. And it's still like,
it still resonates. I know the only food that I've ever ordered from the Dames and Games, which is in Van Nuys.
Oh, yeah, they have one out there too. There's also one in City of Industry too, around that area.
I've never been down to that one because I know the Dames up here is where I did the boxing event.
Oh, okay.
And,
I think I've heard of that. Does James Bartholet go out there to those?
He used to until stuff happened, and he no longer really.
Oh yeah, that sounds like him.
But he does it with Gianna Taylor. And almost said she has too many names. So, but she's three different names. And for what I'm about to say is Gianna Taylor. She does she's the one over the Urban X Porn Awards. Mm-hmm. And they both hosted the boxing event. And with the boxing event, I was the one that helped them get the girls early on until I had an issue with the fact that they're really fighting, and I'm like, I'm not going to put.
Yeah, that's what I did. I did hear about some drama with some of the girls. I think because James hangs out with Misty Stone a lot, and there one time she was fighting. But did she get I don't remember all the issues, but I remember that they were really fighting, and some drama happened.
I know Priya Ray. I think she sprained her ankle or something. She hurt her foot, and she couldn't.
Priya was fighting Misty.
No, just no. Priya was fighting. She was boxing and she hit her foot. But that was another reason I said, well, when it comes to these events, I will send you all the girls you want for the oil wrestling because they're not really fighting. It's more so they're just grinding and undressing each other.
Yeah.
And you're just throwing because it's like you get paid, you keep all your tips, whatever, but like it's a 3-round system. Like the first round, you take it's the brawl round. The top round. The second round is because it's completely new. So the second round is take off the bottom, and the third round is you got to throw balls into the bucket, and then that decides the winner. That's and I didn't mind getting girls for that. And that wasn't even at Dames. That was at a different club. And they don't serve food there. They don't serve alcohol there either, which I felt like made it harder to make money too because, people who are drunk give more money.
Yep.
And then plus this place was it's in a very weird look. It's like literally like you have to go drive all the way down to a dead end street, and it's right there, and it's kind of like sketchy. So But yeah, so I do know people, but this is in Texas, because I'm guessing one of my friends who I went to college with is stripping now. I'm guessing she is because every time she posts something, she's at this club, and the strippers there, like some aren't wearing a mask at all, and I'm like, I don't know if I could even if like everything was open here, if they weren't wearing a mask, whatever, and I was into it, I don't think I could go to one because I don't know what the other patrons.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Of course. Yeah, I know. And then I just like the indoor buildings. You don't know if they have updated HEPA filters, especially if you have the smoking clubs. I guess they stay on top of their filters or whatever because they have to. But yeah, just being inside of a foreign building in general is dangerous with other people breathing inside of it. No masks or not, no masks.
Crazy
Scary.
time. Now, how has everything been for you, like as in work wise, since this? Well, I know it's getting better now. Like I know at first those first 2 months were just was horrible for many performers because of nobody could work.
Yeah.
It sucked for a lot of my people who I knew who was telling me what was going on.
Yeah. For sure. Well, see, luckily, around October of last year is when I really started buckling down and producing my own content. And I don't know, I was just like, I had some kind of incredible foresight for this because I had, obviously I had no idea the friggin' pandemic was coming or anything. But that's when I really started building up my model hub, my mini vids, my OnlyFans, all that stuff really started popping off around that time, and of course it took a few months to really get the gears going and stuff. And then about like January, February of this year is when I started really just making, such a good amount of money on all those other platforms that I didn't need to shoot for any other companies. And then the pandemic hit and I'm just like, I'm set. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, that's good because I mean, like, I know for a lot of people they had nothing going, or they just moved out to LA
Yes.
and like they put all of their chips into it as a brand new performer, and like nothing was going on.
Oh, I bet that would be the hardest, just coming out here, and especially when you haven't really established yourself as a performer and then this hits, you can't really survive off your own content, I think, at that point.
I mean, it really depends. One, I believe it really depends on like how you are doing it, and if anybody depends on who you are shooting with too, because I feel that sometimes if you have like if someone did think like something with you on your OnlyFans and they had it on their OnlyFans too, they can buckle off your name for a second or two, and they can still eat. But it's kind of like if they don't, and they're just doing stuff with other brand new people, because a lot of people weren't doing trades. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know. Especially, I remember at the beginning of the pandemic, even besides companies, even girls, everybody else. I mean, because we couldn't test because, no one was supposed to be shooting, period, even content. So that wasn't an option. But luckily, I do have a penis available here for me. So I was able to do boy girl content and everything, and still have a bunch of good stuff pumping out.
I mean, that's good because I mean, like, because some people had that, but then their partner or person they're with, they didn't want to be on camera.
Yeah.
So doing whatever, so that put them at a huge disadvantage. And there's and though I believe that there's a lot of stuff you can do by yourself as far as different scenarios, many people weren't utilizing it to the fullest of their ability.
Yeah.
And it just stagnated like a lot of their stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know, because I mean, it's so awesome these days though, because there are so many platforms that you can put your content on, and if you have a will, I mean, it doesn't matter if you're a popular performer or not, but if you have drive and you're out there shooting stuff, you can make money. I mean, like, because there's so many platforms, you can put it on all the platforms, and you can be pumping it and pushing it, and I mean, it's really, really, a really great tool. All these tools, during this time when we can't shoot for other companies. I mean, it's really awesome. I mean, I've actually been making more money now than when I was shooting for all these other companies, driving hours a day back and forth and really running myself ragged. And now it's like, better than ever, and I have complete control over my content, of my makeup, my outfits, my scenarios, everything I want to do, and some of my content, most of my content now I feel like is the best content I've ever produced myself. Like, for example, I just had a scene that came out that I shot. I don't know if you've ever heard of the Mission Inn Hotel in Riverside.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay, no. I'm thinking about a different one. No.
Oh, okay. It's a very old historic hotel. It's very well known, and also especially during Christmas time, they have a very elaborate Christmas light display called Festival of Lights. So people come from all over to see that. But it's a very, very beautiful old mission. It was built in the 1800s, and it looks like an old castle. It is beautiful. People get married there all the time. It's really, really gorgeous. But I just did this scene there though with this GoPro, so it was like this like romantic date girlfriend experience thing. So we went out to dinner. It's like all the beautiful lights. We like walked around with all the lights, and then always like the POV boy girl back in the room and all that stuff. So it was like, when you're shooting for another company, they're not going to put all that time and energy and effort and love into a scene. I've never shot anything like that for any other company. So
Well, I feel also that like how can I phrase this? The more so now than back, like around the time you first started, it was more so putting money into it and like nurture it.
mm-hmm.
Now, because people are so busy stealing scenes now compared to back then when it was going on, but it wasn't as much.
Yes. Yeah. There's also that too, but at the same time, it like the time that we put into the scene was like all day and all night, and it was also a great time too, because the thing was like, we got ready, we went to dinner, we like shot during dinner, they walked around the hotel with all the Christmas lights. It was like a romantical POV date and everything.
Okay.
And so I don't think that a company would really even take the time to do all that, like do a whole dinner, a whole like walking around, a whole date, a whole POV, like that boy girl thing. Like there's just all these little like special nuances I feel like about those kind of scenes that, because like normally on a set, they're not gonna, they normally have like 3 girls booked, and then everything is like within the house, all the scenarios, and then.
Well, I mean, like for example, I know back in the day, F Team 5.
Oh
They
yeah, I shot
they
for them quite a few times.
they did stuff like at different places.
Mm-hmm.
For
Oh my
example,
God, I've got some
then
stories about them.
good or some that you can say or something that you can't say.
Oh yeah, no, I mean they're not like bad stories, but just wild. Okay, because so the first thing that pops in my head was I did a Fuck Team 5 at the San Diego Zoo, and so they had me and 2 other girls in there, like flashing the camera, pulling our pants down, doing all this crazy stuff, and at the same time, they have tons of buses that are kids, so we have to wait until there's like a a clear area to like pull our boobs out, pull our butts out, and then that's just so risky and so scary, because we were literally there during a huge school whatchamacallit, a field trip. And
Wow.
we tried to shoot around all that, and then we're like shooting in the van, like behind the thing. It was just like, oh my gosh, this is wild. But then I also heard another story of a F Team 5 that I wasn't a part of, but I forgot where they were shooting, in a park or something like that, but the whole team got arrested. And I'm like, oh my God, I heard that after mine. I'm like, oh no, I don't know if I would even want to go back to that. But then they stopped doing Fuck Team 5 for a while. I don't know if it's because of that or not, but then I think they're doing it again. So
like I know a few of my because before I started really doing this podcast and other stuff, I know 2 certain people who were in a lot of them, and they just expressed their stories. And I'm trying to think of the person's stage name, because I've never called her stage name, and it's slipping my mind. It's slipping my mind right now, because it was her and Ashley Orion. But I'm trying to think of the other person's name, because she told me more stories, and because she used to do the performer I'm talking about. She used to do. I used to do this YouTube channel, and she was one of the hosts of the YouTube channel that I did. And like, I'm like, I cannot. And she used her real name, so it's like,
Shoot, I
yeah.
know. I'm sure I know who you're talking about too.
So yeah, because I don't want to say her real
Of
name.
course.
So I forgot where I was going with this. But yeah, so so
5 shenanigans.
so I just know like there's some who used to do it back in the day, and even when you have, and that's just for regular scenes, and now it's kind of like now they don't do that anymore,
Yeah.
and it's like it sucks because like for people like me, like, and I've said this before on the podcast, I like the entire story behind it. You know, like give me Haley James was her porn name, by the way.
Okay.
I don't know if they use the name or not. You know Haley James.
I've heard of her name. I don't know her personally though.
Okay, yes, that's what I was talking about. Anyway, I had to look it up. So where was I saying? Oh my god.
Oh, the story in the
old
in
age.
the
Old age.
Yeah.
Yeah, I completely blanked on what I was saying.
Oh, you're talking about like how you like the whole story in a porn.
Okay, yeah. So when it comes to me, like I need the story. I need to know like, and it's like it's so minuscule, but it's like I need to know why you're there. Like why are you two having sex? Like I know people just have sex, but like why? Like give me a scenario. Oh, you were your husband just got off work. You are a housewife and you've been cleaning all day, and he's like, "Hey, honey, how you doing today?" I'm good. You too? Okay, sex. Okay, I know why you're doing it. You know.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, even though it's so popular now to have the step bro and step sis and all that other nonsense and stuff like that. And personally, I only watch girl. So it's kind of like, give me the scenario of why you two are even touching each other. Like, why are you touching each other? I need that. And some companies just, just go into it like where they just show a visual of the model, whatever, and then the visual of the other one, and then they just walk in the room like, okay, we're having sex.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah.
I agree. I like making art, and I like building a story and everything. That's actually what I was saying about how I feel like the content I'm creating now is better than a lot of the stuff I've been shooting the past few years, and it gives me complete control over that. And also, besides even doing scenes like the ones I just talked about, doing also a lot of different cosplay, which I never really got too much of an opportunity to do before, but I did before when I had my website with Cherry Pimps. I would sneak it in when and where I could, but not do like official scenes, because all that they would really do for my site was I would do live shows every month, and then I would do solo also when I was there in the studio, and then like every other month they would book a shoot that would have like a boy girl or a girl and then some solos and stuff. So it was just kind of like what we were just talking about, just really cookie cutter kind of stuff. And now I get to do all kinds of cool and fun things. And on top of that too, I get to do live shows way more than before. I do at least 4 a month. So sometimes I do more. Like this month will be more. This month will be about 6 shows, because I have to do a show actually for adult time on Wednesday. So that goes into my live. So I feel like I'm always live, and it's a good thing too, because people really love me live. I feel like that's my strong suit. I am one of the best performers to watch live. And so I do at least 1 live show a week on my website, my /OnlyFans, which is onlybrittany.com or brittanyamber.com. Same thing.
Oh yeah, and by the way, everybody, you're listening out there. I just thought about it. Everybody, her Instagram got deleted. Follow her new one.
Oh yes, please. I know, I forgot all about that. I know that was very traumatic.
Yeah, I followed it like when I saw my friend Crystal Taylor posted like, "Hey, you got deleted." I'm like, "Oh, let me go ahead," and I followed it. But yeah, everybody,
awesome.
if you're listening, go out there. Make sure you go out there and follow it, just to bring her followers back up. Okay,
Yes,
go ahead though.
please. It's only Brittany Amber. Only ONLY Brittany Amber, BRITNEYAMBER. So yes, please get me back to my former glory.
So yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just said, wait a second. I got to put that out there really quick in the universe. So
Yes. Yeah. No, I know. No, that's way more important than whatever I was saying. I totally forgot about that. But I was like, yes. Oh my
you're
God.
you're talking about your live shows coming.
Definitely. That's
You're talking about your live shows coming up.
Oh yeah, no, actually, I did conclude what I was saying with that. I was just talking about how I've got tons of live shows, and I am from everybody else's account. I know, it's like hard to judge yourself, but I always hear that I am the best performer to watch live,
Okay.
and my live shows are always about an hour long. I always have, excuse me, usually a boy girl sex scene or a BJ, cream pies, all the whole shabam. So yes, a lot of fun. And I also will a lot of the times do like what's the word I'm looking for? Well, because I get tons of toys sent to me from tons of toy companies for reviews. So sometimes I'll do live reviews on my show. A lot of the times I do them for Pornhub or for I'll do the unboxing on my YouTube channel, then I'll do the actual review on Pornhub, and then a lot of times I'll do like live review on my live show too, on top of everything else. So there's a lot packed into my live shows.
I do know that some of those toy companies, like just seeing some of their products, like being a male looking at some of the products that they sell for females, like it's like, oh wow, you're putting that inside it, especially for what's that company that sells like squid stuff?
Squids.
They
Oh,
like,
you mean Bad Dragon?
yeah, we're checking. So they sell those squid type, like
Yes.
those 15
Tentacle?
long, tentacle 15 inches. I'm like, like if you have that, I can't, like, I'm comfortable with what I like, what I was given, and like, I can work with it, but I can't give you 15 inches. Like,
No, I know. A lot of those toys, I don't know if I feel like a lot of those toys are meant to be like gag gifts, because I mean, okay, so I have a couple toys from Bad Dragon, some of these insane ones that have been sent to me, and I can't get them inside of me. There was one I did a live review on called the Echo 4, and you can't really tell online how big the toy actually is, but then I was like, oh cool, yeah, I'll try that one out, and they sent it to me, and it's so wide. It's like, oh God, what do I even compare it to? It's like a fire log, kind of like the same width of it. It is insane, and I couldn't even get the tip of it in me. It just hurts, it's not fun. It's just more of like just crazy looking. It's just like, oh wow. And then I have this other one that's this big red tongue thing, and I thought that it was supposed to go in your pussy, but I guess not. It has a really heavy base, and I guess if you kind of like straddle over it and like rub your clit, so it's like lick your clit or something. So some of those are actually not supposed to go inside of you. So I don't know. They have some.
But it was the one I saw from this particular model. It was how can I describe it? It wasn't too long, because she actually was using it, and it was really like 12 to 15 inches, and I'm like, like, if I support you making money with it, but like, I can't compare to that. That's way that's beyond me. So I do want to ask this. You say you do cosplay, right?
Yeah.
So who were you dressing as?
Oh, okay. So this year I've done a lot of really fun ones. What was the last one that I just did? Oh my gosh. Now my mind's drawing a blank. I have to look at my Instagram was just deleted. Oh my God. But anyways, I just recently did Sailor Moon a couple months ago.
Okay.
And I just reposted that picture. I did a few months ago I don't know if you've ever heard of this comic book called Death of the Endless. And I did the character Death. She's like kind of like this goth looking girl, but it was a request from a fan. And so that was fun because it was a very different character than I would have even imagined doing. And then, God, what else? I did a tiger one recently. That was really fun, kind of right after Tiger King got all popular. That was a really cool one. The makeup, the whole outfit, the hair, everything turned out really good. And I can tell you what I have coming up this month that I'm very excited about is I got this Elsa costume a few months ago, but I don't know. I just been waiting for the right time because there's so many details to this costume. I have like beautiful snowflake jewelry, these snowflake decals that are kind of like these temporary tattoos. They're like glittery. I have these like snowflake hair things, this really cool wig that goes with it. And it's not like the classic looking Elsa costume that's like this huge dress with like tons of material that goes all the way up your neck. It's like a really sexy version too. So it's gonna be so cool. And this is the perfect month for it because Elsa, snow and ice and everything. So I can't wait. I can't wait.
I can hear the excitement in your voice.
Yes, it's gonna take a lot to put it together, but once it's done, it's gonna be so beautiful. I can't wait.
Yeah, but I was just wondering because I know that like I'm one of the people who watch anime. And I'm big into anime, so I was just trying to see like, was it somebody who that like? 'Cause I know who Sailor Moon is, of course. She's really popular, and
Yes.
I've never seen an episode of Sailor Moon.
Oh, really? I used to watch it a lot back, like 20 plus years ago. So it's one of those nostalgic things.
My
But
friend's a voice was a voice on the English version of it. So,
oh wow.
but like, and the thing is, like, I try to support my friends who do English dubs, and it's kind of like it's kind of hard because some of the animes that they are in, they interest me 0%. And it's kind of like I'm gonna watch a few episodes and say blah blah blah. I watched and supported your voice, but I'm not into this anime at all. And it's really like, don't judge me, but I'm trying.
Yes. Oh, and speaking of also of anime, well, I've always been into Pokemon since like 20 plus years, but I've recently had a resurgence of. Well, actually, no, I don't know. The past couple of years, really. Actually, in the past 4 years, it has been a huge resurgence of Pokemon for me. But everyone's been telling me to do Pokemon cosplay, so I think I'm going to do that soon, some kind of character. I kind of have a couple ideas for some videos I'm going to do for that. And then, I don't know. There's been quite a few people.
I've never watched an episode of Pokemon.
Really?
I do like because of Smash Brothers. I know a few of the characters' names. Like everybody knows Pikachu, but I know a few of the characters' names because of Smash Bros. However, I do know the Pokemon theme song.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if you ever been to Porn Star Karaoke.
Yes.
You have?
Yeah, I have. Many years ago before it came back again.
In that case, we've probably have crossed each other a few times then.
I'm sure then, yeah.
Because
is it still at Sorrows?
No, Sardo's just closed down.
Oh man, that's back when I had gone there.
Sardo's closed down, I believe, in 2016. That's
wow.
when 16. That's when it had left. Or hold up, no, 18. 2018 because they caught on fire. And then they it stopped it, and then they brought it back, and now it is at the Good Night in Hollywood. And it's because he has sold the business right after Seymour sold the business right after it caught on fire.
Oh yeah.
But I used to be there at every Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I was one of the worst singers that was there. There every Tuesday because it was like, and that's one of the two ways I got into this crazy world. Because as soon as I moved to LA, like I was a casting director for reality television. So I was doing all these shows in Chicago, and then I moved to LA, and the first gig I got whatever was to cast girls to be hostesses at the Playboy Mansion events. That was my first, and then like someone said, you should go to Sardo's karaoke and meet all these people, and I'm like, I don't know anybody here anyway. Why not? And that's how I became friends with Mika and Oh my God, her name was in my mind right now. And Nikki Hunter.
Yeah, Nick Hunter.
And that's how
Yeah.
I became friends with all of them. So yeah, and that's how I entered this crazy world. And someone said, "Hey, Raw, do you want to work with the Urban Next Porn Awards?"
Mm-hmm.
Sure. And that's how I became a mainstay in this crazy world because I work with that award show.
Nice.
And I hate it because it's not going on this year
Yeah.
because of COVID, and it sucks
I
because
know.
we had everything planned out too, and had the host and all that other stuff. Yeah.
Are you guys doing a virtual awards like everybody else is? No?
No, because everybody else gets funding from a lot of different people,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and we have to do ground roots for our funding.
Mm-hmm.
So it just makes it was a lot harder for us. So we're just, and then COVID, it was just
Yeah.
so many things that made us say, it's better just to not have it this year and just wait until 2020, like wait until August 2021 and just have,
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but it just gives us time to make it even better because
Yeah,
it just
exactly.
we excuse me, I got the hiccups all of a sudden. We already got our hosts out the way, so we don't got
Mm-hmm.
as long as they stay in porn, we already got our hosts out the
Yeah.
way. So 'cause they can always quit.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
doubt um uh 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 two of them will quit. The other one I don't know about, but because
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
reasons. But yeah, so it just sucks. But
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway, when it comes to anime, it's like I watch it more now, and I even got a set of Dragon Balls in front of me. Like I don't
See,
know.
that's one of the characters somebody had told me recently that I should play, and I looked it up. So I was like, I don't know what this is, but like Android 18 or Android 8
Yeah,
or
you
something.
can definitely do Android. I don't know. You can see my camera. I don't know
Oh, cool.
your.
Yeah, I see him.
So this is the 7 Dragon Balls. I was
Yeah,
showing
that
I was
was
showing this to
like,
Chris Cock. That's why I had him out here. But
oh, okay. Oh, yeah, using the Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, Chris is the homie. But
Yeah.
but yeah, so he's into it, and I was showing that to him because I was telling him
Hmm.
he can go out and get because those balls are really small. I was saying he should go out and get get bigger balls. But yeah, so like I just love that word. But I believe you can pull off Android 18.
Hmm.
Especially, yeah, you can definitely pull out Android 18.
Yeah, because
Because
I looked her up, and
I'm picturing your face on like her like dressed up in her costume.
hmm that's what I seen was when I looked her up. I was like, her costume doesn't look like it's hard to pull off, but she
Hmm.
does have a short kind of bob hair style. I don't know if I
Well,
want to go.
it depends on what iteration you see of her.
Okay, I seen one with she had like a striped shirt on, I think, something like that. She looked very
So
tomboyish, kind of like and like pissed off. Is she like a whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? A villain?
yeah, well, yes and no,
Hmm.
because I was asking what iteration because there are 3 different iterations of her. It's the
Oh, I
one
didn't know that.
it's the one in Dragon Ball Super, which is the newer one that's coming out now, and that's when she's a good guy.
Hmm.
It's Dragon Ball GT, and
Mm-hmm.
she's a good guy in GT. But then
Mm-hmm.
you have Dragon Ball Z, and she's a bad guy, and that was her first iteration because
Mm-hmm.
when she was first created, she was created with her brother Android 17, and they came out as brother and sisters destroying the world, and then they got defeated by another villain and who sucked them whatever inside their body, and Android 18 ended up falling in love with the I don't want to say that M word the monk. He was very very short.
Mm-hmm.
the word I don't want to say is the M word. M word.
Yeah.
He's that, and they ended up having kids, whatever. But that's when she became a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so
Okay.
she was technically both. You know, but
Okay.
she's one of them.
Yeah.
She's a robot. So
Okay. Yeah. So I'll have to look up all of the different iterations. I didn't know that there was 3 different versions. So
yeah,
yeah, that's what.
it's just going through her time, which is weird
Yeah.
because like she has different hairstyles, but she's technically a robot who shouldn't be able to
I grow hair.
grow hair.
Yeah.
But and then even the fact that she has a kid,
Yeah, I know. She's even reproducing.
you know, cartoons.
Yeah.
Or animation. So yeah, so I definitely believe you can pull that off. And I'm trying to
Yeah.
think of, oh, you might be able to pull off this girl from, she's a Siki, it's called Siki Ray, and she is number 6, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, Siki Ray number 6. And I'm making sure I'm saying the right number. But yeah, I believe you can definitely pull her off too.
Oh,
But
awesome.
that costume is probably a little bit harder to do, but
Mm-hmm.
she's one of the she controls water. So you can probably do so much with that. Or she
Awesome. Yeah. So yeah, everybody better keep an eye out for that, 'cause that will be coming soon to my website, you guys.
I don't know. I'm wrong. She's not number 7. I don't know her number is. No, she's a single digit number. And it's bothering me now. Okay, she's number 9. Number 9. I had to look up. Number 9. And you probably can't see my phone right now, but she's this character. And
Oh, okay.
I just have to send it to you because I have my background on. But yeah, you
Yes, yeah.
can definitely probably pull off you can definitely pull off number 9. So
Oh, okay. Cool, cool.
I'll just
We have to
message
do
it to you.
both.
I'll message it to you on
Yes.
the Twitter. But
Yes, please.
yeah, that's, and you probably had a lot of fun with that, especially because
Mm-hmm.
she control, like, her power is the fact that she controls water, and like as you and her both are very busty, and
Yeah.
her dress is just literally a white dress, like it's kind of like a white top and a black I don't know what they call it, the shoulder thingy, the shoulder.
Oh yeah. Kind of like overalls kind of thing.
No, it's like you'll see
Oh,
it when
something that goes over.
I'll
Oh, like a cape.
I'll send it to you. You'll see what I
Okay.
mean. It's a very simple design to
Mm-hmm.
do, and I definitely believe you can pull her off too. And I'm
Okay.
in my mind thinking of like everybody who I know in animation that you can pull off, because
Yeah,
I've
cool.
seen a lot of anime. It's like right now, like especially right now, I've returned to school to get my doctorates, and it's kind of like I need something for distraction. So
Yeah.
I have 2 computers here. So this one right here plays like anime something, so I can hear something, and I can
Yes.
look over to my right while I work. And it
Mm-hmm.
just makes life so much easier. So I've seen
Mm-hmm.
so many animes recently, and
Yeah.
it's yeah. So, so what else do you have coming up that you want to tell the world? Like everybody out there listening to us, what do you want to tell people out here in the world?
Oh, well, I know you said it's too late for the Pornhub Awards, but hopefully by the time you guys see this, I will be awarded with Best Model Hub. And then also, again, please follow my new Instagram, which is only Brittany Amber, spelled ONLYBRITNEYAMBER. And then please subscribe to my YouTube. I'm finally starting to get traction over there. I'm putting out videos once a week, or sometimes twice a week. My YouTube is youtube.com/user/Scorpio. spelled like Scorpio, but H-O. But I'm sure if you put it in the search engine, Brittany Amber, my page will pop up. No, I came up with that.
I love that name. I'm sorry.
No, I came up with that years ago before I even came up with my channel when I was like 20 years old, and I don't know. And I was like, oh, I forgot all about that when I built my channel. I'm like, okay, it can stay. And then also on my Twitter handle is BRITNEY_AMBER. So Brittany_Amber. Follow me over there. And then also my website / OnlyFans. Like I said, I do live shows once a week at least over there. And my OnlyFans is BrittanyAmber.com or onlyBrittany.com. Either one, it goes to the same place. So that's a bunch of stuff. Oh, and then also my Pornhub / Model Hub fan club over there. You guys can sign up for that. That's like $9.99 a month, and I got hundreds of videos and pictures and all kinds of good stuff over there too. So I'm everywhere, and also my mini vids, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so
yeah. So everybody, you heard all the stuff where you can find her at. Also get her cameo, get that little.
Yes.
It's not that much, and it is a personalized message for you. So especially right now during this pandemic, since no convention is open, and you can't walk up and see her in her glory at a convention.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, you can pay that whatever, and you get that personalized message, and it's still like she's talking directly to you, everybody.
Yes,
so,
I know.
That should be the motivation for you to go out there and say, "Let me support Miss Amber," and like she'll love you for it. You'll love her for doing what she does, and it's perfection. So.
Yes.
We thank her so much for coming on. Like, she is such a joy. But I do want to add really quick. If you want to follow us, we are the Burbank Misfits on Instagram, Burbank Misfits on Facebook and on Twitter. I am at Rawstarr, RAWSTARR on Twitter and on Instagram. CW, I have no idea where his phone dropped a long time ago. So when I find him, I will kick him upside the head for all of you out there. Because I know some of you enjoy his humor more than my humor, but stuff happens. But he's his gym, Sissy Fitness LA, where he does train many celebrities, adult entertainers, and regular people. So if you want to get fit, whatever, as soon as this pandemic ends, hit him up. But again, as I was saying, Miss Amber, thank you so much for coming on.
Yes.
You are a joy, a privilege. And as I said, you are a future Hall of Famer. You're a legend, or you're going to be a legend. People look back and say, "Yeah, I know Brittany Amber. She has phenomenal work, and everybody loved what she did because
thank you.
And you're so engaging with your fans, from what I've seen. So I really appreciate it that you came on, and thank you so much for that.
No, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it so much. I had such a great time talking to you.
So, but we'll see y'all next week, everybody.